Hi everyone, this is U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe, and I am making a rare appearance today in the middle of the day. But we're kicking off a long weekend and I wanted to touch base with you. I'll also try to be back this evening, but I always like to be available for your immigration questions. So that's why I'm here today, is to answer your immigration questions. So if you are going through the immigration process, you're thinking about going through the immigration process, then I know that you have an immigration question. And so go ahead, put those questions in the comments and I will answer. So I am going to give you a formal introduction. I am U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe. I help clients to get their green cards and status in the United States. You can go to the link in my bio where you can get information about the firm, SC Law Office, about me as an attorney, what areas I focus on, and how I can help you. You can also get my contact information. So my phone number is on there. You can call and get in touch with the scheduling coordinator who can put you on my schedule for a consultation should you need one. So feel free to put any immigration related question that you would like in the comments and I will go ahead and answer. That's my priority, is to answer your questions. So while I'm here, I also like to bring a topic while your questions come in. And the topic today that I'm going to talk about is that E2 visa. Hi there, I'm Gary7. It's nice to see you. Go ahead and drop your immigration questions. So I will talk about that topic until a bunch of questions start coming in, and then I'm going to prioritize those questions. So the E2 Treaty Investor Visa, what is that? So I got so many comments on there saying how, right? Because I talked about if you are the citizen of certain countries that you can expand your business or start a business in the United States and I get a visa to do that. And so many questions I noticed was how. And so I want to talk about that how right now. So how do you qualify for it? So if you would like to start a business and live and work in the US while you're starting that business, while you're running that business in the United States, you can do it if you are the citizen of an E2 country. That's going to be Jamaica, Grenada, Trinidad, Argentina, Bolivia, Panama, Costa Rica, Mexico, Canada, England. Those are just some of the countries. I did a video about a week ago or so that touched on all the countries worldwide, but I'm just talking about countries in our particular region on the western side of the world. So if that is at all familiar to you and you're a citizen of this country, of those countries, then you want to listen to this. Hi, good afternoon, Princess Cindy 195. It's nice to see you. I have a visitor visit and I want to come in NY for something important. So if that's great. If you already have a visitor's visa, then you should be able to fly into the country. If there's anything else you're concerned about, definitely let me know or schedule a consultation. We can go through that. But as long as you have a current valid visitor's visa, you should be able to do that. The Genius 12, thanks for the follow. Mehank 4, thank you for the follow. So go ahead, drop your questions in the comments because I am here to answer your immigration questions. Right now, I'm talking about the E2. Hi there, Bernicia 21, it's nice to see you. No, so you didn't miss much. You can ask questions, and I'm also talking about that E2 Treaty Investor Visa. I released a video about who can qualify for this, and then the number of questions that I got was how. And so I'm going to talk about that how. I'm talking about that how right now. Bernicia 21, thanks for sharing. So if you're the citizen of certain countries, I listed examples in our region. There are countries all across the world, but I listed some of them in our area. That's going to be Grenada, Trinidad, Jamaica, Panama, Costa Rica, Mexico, Canada, England, So though if Argentina, Bolivia. So these are just some examples of countries in South America, Central America, and the Caribbean that qualify for this type of visa. And what it is if you have been thinking about starting a business in the US, or if you currently run a business in your country and you really want to expand your operations to the United States, this could be it for you. User 4488, hi, looking for help for K1, what's the processing time? So unfortunately with the K1, it can still go over 12 months, but go ahead, schedule a consultation, and then we can talk about your qualifications. Now, usually to qualify for this, you need to be a US citizen. That's the first thing. Good is 868. I want to give you a call so bad, but I'm not 100% ready yet. So I will be here for you when you are ready. Good is 868. Go ahead, just write down my number, or you can always visit the website, and when you're ready, you can contact us to schedule the consultation. Rehanak Warren, you're welcome. So keep those questions coming. These are all great questions so far, and so far I'm covering, yes. So Grenada, yeah, so you are thrilled to hear that, exactly. And if you are thinking about starting a business in the US or expanding your operations to the United States, that this could be an option for you. Now, the main, so do you have to be a citizen first? So no, you don't have to be a US citizen first. You just have to be the citizen of your country. And so the country that qualifies for the E2, and that country, those countries are going to be the ones that I listed. You can always go to uscis.gov and look up E2 visa countries, and you'll be able to see the long list of E2 countries. But what you will have to show, is that you have been investing, or you are currently investing in the business, and in a substantial way. So you have a substantial investment. Now, substantial investment doesn't mean that you have to have millions of dollars, right? It just means that for the type of business that you're running, you have the sufficient or more than enough capital to run that business successfully in the United States. So that is usually the part that I have to focus on the most, is showing that evidence. And showing that evidence includes showing a business plan, showing your income, showing where your income came from, showing the ability for the business to make enough profit or income to be able to run successfully and smoothly in the United States. In addition to that, by showing that you have invested, or you're currently investing in the business in the United States, you have to show setup costs. So it's not, one thing I want to let you know is that this just having money in the bank is not enough. You have to be actively investing, setting up the business, getting employees, showing that you are invested, you yourself, you're at risk. You're putting yourself at risk by putting your money into the business. And so that is where it takes a lot of the work, and also a lot of analysis. And so I wouldn't be able to confirm whether you qualify right here or now. I can tell you, if you are a citizen of this country and you have a business and you have the funds to back that business, or you are thinking about starting a business in the US, this could be for you. So it is the type of visa that it goes for 3 years, and then after that you can continue to renew it as long as you are still running the business in the United States. So it's a very flexible type of visa. So can you file for yourself? I'm in Jamaica, so it is definitely within your rights to file yourself. So not without an employer, but what I would say is don't do it without legal representation, because while the steps are clear, when you start to get into the nitty-gritty of it, you want to make sure that you legally meet the requirements, and that's going to take guidance from an attorney. Renak Warren, I'm so glad that you are happy about this information, and that's why I'm here. So, yes, so definitely this does not require an employer, but keep in mind that if you, for example, if you're in a management position in your company in the country, Jamaica, Grenada, Trinidad, and so forth, if that company wants to expand their operations in the United States and you're in a managerial role, then you could also qualify for the E2 through your employer. So it can go both ways. So can you file if you live here in the US illegally? So unfortunately, this would not necessarily work. The reason is to get the visa, you'll have to apply at the US Embassy in your country. Hi, F. Strood. And then if you are in order to be able to go from one status to another, you have to go from one legal status to an E2 status. But keep in mind, the E2 status would not allow you to travel back and forth between your countries. So that can be a big problem. And so it's just best to get the visa itself at the embassy. So Quiet Nature, Carib, what about just starting a business in the US? Should I use a registered agent? So it depends on what type of business you're creating. Some do require a registered agent, just depending on the entity. And that's why when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of the details, we need to do that in a consultation. Because I can walk you through starting the business, the steps you need to take, what you need to invest in, but it's all dependent on what business you're running and what type of entity that you want to create. Now, entity means is it a limited liability corporation? Is it a S Corp, a C Corp? Depending on how large your company is it going to be a sole proprietorship? So it all depends on what type of business, and the amount you need depends on what type of business you're running as well. So Mali 0311, if your spouse only started the filing with only having the receipt number, can I apply for a green card? So if he started the filing with only having the receipt number, I don't know what kind of filing this is. I don't know if you're talking about applying for it on your own. I wouldn't know how to answer this question without knowing who your spouse is, what happened, and what kind of green card are you filing for, what kind of receipt number did you receive. So if you want to follow up with that, go ahead and do that. Rehanak, what if it's an online business? So if it's an online business, that may be different, because usually with online businesses, you can run online businesses from anywhere. You have to show that this is going to be an active business in the United States, and you're going to be actively running it running the day-to-day affairs. Now, if somehow you can show that this is an online business that you have to run in the United States, then that could be a possibility. So I don't want to say no, but it depends on what type of online. If you can sell it from anywhere, then that may be questionable, because you have to show justification for why you need to be in the United States to run that business. So Praise Emika, how can I migrate to the US as a qualified nurse? So it depends on what the employer needs. You first have to find an employer that's willing to put in those papers for you. Lauren, can a sibling 28 bring her 15-year-old half-brother to the US? Yes, that is a possibility. Keep in mind, it is at minimum 14-year process. So in the Caribbean, it's taking about 14 years. In Mexico, it's taking 22 years. So it's a long time. It's not a quick solution if you need your sibling here right away. So La Fleur Belle, what do I need to apply for my sister as a green card holder? You'll need to prove that you are sisters. So that's first of all, but just keep in mind the timeline that I just told you, that it takes about 14 years. Mali 0311, spouse started the filing but stopped. Can I apply for the green card? Only have the receipt number. So if your spouse is the one that filed for you, Mali 0311, you would not be able to go forward with it without your spouse if they stopped and they're not cooperating with you. But what I can tell you is I want to know why they stopped, because that could be indicative of a larger problem here. Is your spouse using your immigration status against you? Are they stopping and going forward with it based on their mood in the day, or based on whether you will do something that they want you to do or not, or something similar? If that's the situation, you may be able to apply for it on your own, but it's going to be a completely different type of application, and it's going to be based on the mistreatment. So the mistreatment is our examples of mistreatment is what I listed a while ago. Give me a call, because this could be your solution if everything that I described sounds familiar and you know you're going through something similar. Give me a call and let's talk. While you wouldn't be able to carry on this application, you can start a whole new application based on the fact that your spouse stopped based on mistreatment. Rohanek, okay. Bernicia, so I'm in Boca Raton, Florida. But keep in mind, as an immigration attorney, I represent clients all over the country, all 50 states and globally, because as I said before, E2 investor visas, they have to come here, and they have to come here from another country, and so I have to represent them from there in their country. So Goody 868, I'm still here learning. I enjoy the E2 investor visa. So that's great. I'm glad that I'm giving you important information. So Bernicia, 21, 22 years in Mexico. Yes, so that it's taking that long in Mexico, unfortunately. Lauren Abel, I asked about adoption, but due to the brother's age, he apparently is too old for the adoption. At this point, it probably will be too late. Yeah. So La Fleur Belle, you can call 561-405-4889, and then you'll be able to schedule a consultation with the scheduling coordinator. If you call between 8:30 and 9:30, the scheduling coordinator will either answer your call or return your call today. So if you would want to reach and get on my calendar, because it's filling up as we speak, it's the days are filling up. So if you want to get on my calendar, definitely call ASAP and speak with the scheduling coordinator. You can also go to the website, because sometimes the phone lines get busy, and if you want to get through to me, you can also go to the website. The link is in the bio, and you can fill out the contact form. So if I marry someone who has a green card but will upgrade to citizenship soon, how long will it take? So it's hard to tell you the length of time it will take. You can go to USCIS and go to case processing times, and you'll get an idea. So, you could be looking at for citizenship 6 months to get the citizenship, but could be longer depending on where the application is being processed. And then after that, you could be looking at 12 months, could be 10 months to 18 months, maybe even as long as 2 years. So it depends. Lauren Abel, what is your fee to start the paperwork to file for a sibling? So I don't do full quotes to represent. You have to go through the consultation first, because the consultation is going to help me and you to decide whether it's a right fit, whether you qualify, what the case strategy should be in your particular case. So the consultation fee is $150 for up to an hour. I sit down, I go through your details, your circumstances, I advise you. And the good thing about this is that just for $150, you get so much value. You walk away with your options, you walk away knowing exactly what you need to do, whether you qualify, and me as your attorney, should you and I decide that you need representation through the process. So definitely schedule that consultation first. take advantage of that initial consultation where we both can gauge whether this is a good fit, whether you qualify, or whether you qualify for something else. You never know. I've had clients who talk about, they think they qualify for one thing and it turns out they qualify for something else that's even better. So go ahead, schedule. So Bernicia, I am looking forward to hearing from you. So Goody, all consultation. So yes, so Goody 868, the consultation now. The consultation is where I sit down, I advise you on the case strategy, what needs to be done, what you qualify for, what are the solutions to your situation. And then in that consultation, I give you a quote for the case that whatever you qualify for or whatever I'm going to represent you on. I provide you a quote based on the facts, because it's all based on the facts of your case. So Mali0311, thank you for sharing the live. So thank you everyone for your questions. This was a rare appearance on my part. I had a little free time, which isn't very common during the day. So I'm glad I got to touch base with you. I have a great weekend. So VT131, I have a job offer in the US, but the problem is I'm a deported. So there are waivers available, and VT131, it depends on whether you qualify for the waiver. So if you have a job but you are deported, there are still ways to apply. It depends on what type of visa or green card you'll be applying for, and so in some cases whether you have qualifying relatives. So give me a call, schedule a consultation, and we can go through what needs to be done on your part to get forgiveness or get a waiver so that you can move forward with this job offer, because that sounds like a good opportunity. So thank you everyone. Give me a call at 561-405-4889 to schedule a consultation, to talk about your particular circumstances, because the information I gave you here is very general. And so it really takes an individualized consultation to be able to tell you what you qualify for and whether or not I can help you. VT, you're welcome. Go to the link in my bio if you want to contact us through the website, or you would like to call. So have a good one, and hopefully I'll see you later on today as well. Bye.